Donc, Mundaka Upanishad, the word Mundaka comes from the word Mundan. Okay. Mundan, if you remember, if you know, it is a Sanskar. Mundan we shave the head, shaving of the head. Okay. So Mundaka comes from that word, Mundan. So Mundaka means what then? Mundaka means someone whose head is shaved, right? So Mundaka Upanishad, the word Mundaka means someone whose head has been shaved. And Upanishad, we know, say the text. Ou bien Upanishad, the meaning of it is sitting near a guru to acquire knowledge. And Mundaka Upanishad is part of the Atharva Ved. Remember, we have 4 Vedas, Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sam Veda, and Atharva Veda. Mundaka forms part of the Atharva Veda. What does it contain? Okay, so content, c'est quoi the Mundaka Upanishad? It deals with spiritual knowledge. It tells us, it shows us how to be liberated, how to get rid of our ignorance, of our doubts, of our confusions, right? And it is said, it has been mentioned in the Upanishad, knowledge helps eliminate the above mentioned problems, so the ignorance to stop. Just like a razor is used to remove the hair. Okay, par exemple, nous rase nous la tête, for example. The razor is eliminating, removing the hair. In the same way, knowledge eliminates the problems, right? Now, what is the significance of shaving of the head? Okay, so we say the Kishan Mundaka means someone who has shaved his head. The Mundaka Upanishad has that meaning. So shaving of the head, what does it signify? It signifies detachment. Okay. But sannyasi usually either they have long hair or you will see they shave, sorry, they use a razor to shave their head. Okay. Either or like that. Toutes les façons, you know, quand les cheveux longs, cheveux gain locks aussi, non? Comment on dit, c'est rasta, comment on dit ça? It means detachment. It signifies detachment. Even shaving of the head signifies detachment, right? Now, this Upanishad is helpful to sannyasis. Remember, sannyasis said after 75 years of age, they enter the sannyas ashram, okay, the 4th ashram. This Upanishad is dedicated to them, useful to them. Of course, they can, but it is mainly dedicated to the sannyasi. A sannyasi, what is he supposed to be doing? A sannyasi need to devote his time in meditation because it's the end of the life, almost the end of life at this age. And he has to focus on how to attain moksha. Okay. So this Upanishad is dedicated to the sannyasis. It has 64 hymns en tout, mais je te peine dans cette syllabus. It has 3 chapters and each chapter is divided into 2. Okay. Content of the Mundaka Upanishad, as I told you, it deals with knowledge. It talks about Brahman, God. It talks about the soul, the ego, bondage, liberation, meditation, cycle of birth and death, how to get moksha. Okay. Now we start with the Mundaka Upanishad. The Mundaka Upanishad starts with the bow analogy. je capable de sa question là to explain the bow analogy. You know the bow and arrow c'est qui ram tina, the dhanush, no? Dhanush ban. The bow and arrow. So imagine that the bow is Om. Ce qui peut trapper dans la main, the bow is Om. And the arrow, c'est quoi? C'est Atman. OK? Donc, nous pouvons servir arrow là with the bow. Nous pouvons viser quelque part et nous pouvons lancer. Right? And who is the goal? Brahman is the goal. That is, we are the Atman. We are the Atman. Nunuban arrows. We are the Atman. And we are using the bow. We are using the word Om to reach where? To reach our goal, which is Brahman, to get liberation. So when someone is using the bow and arrow, libiza ena a focused mind. Right? Libiza ena focused mind. Li pa ka pe vis en place, mais li pe get en l'autre place. It's not going to happen. So the point here is we need to have a focused ou bien concentrated mind to be able to reach God. Right? C'est same the bow analogy. And if you get a question like this, soit li pour 3 points, soit li pour 5 points, and then you elaborate on it. I guess there was a question like that in a past paper. Okay. So this is the start of the Mundaka Upanishad. Now let's see the verses. What is the meaning of the verses and what does they say? In the verse 1, it describes a tree, and pied, a tree. On the tree, there are two birds. There are two birds on the tree. One of the bird is eating with enjoyment. And bird, li peut manger, li peut enjoy itself. The other bird is witnessing without eating. Li peut get two, but li pa pe eat. Li pa pe eat, veut dire li pa in enjoyment. Okay. Who are those two birds? Those two birds are one, c'est nous. We are the one eating, enjoying, having pleasures. And the second one who is witnessing, qui peut get tout ça là happen, c'est Brahman. Donc one bird is us, the individual soul. The second bird is Brahman. Okay. Ça aussi, parfois, il y a une question sur ça. Lydia, so to explain about the analogy, about the example of birds on the same tree, right? So the thing here, how to explain that? Brahman, ce travail, c'est quoi? Brahman is not involved. God is not involved in pleasures, in sorrows. Il n'est pas involved dans rien. But we are involved in these things. We enjoy, we have pleasures, we have sorrows, we have pain, we have happiness, but God is free from all these things, right? Et le fait que the bird is eating. Eating ici veut dire quoi exactement? C'est pas littéral manger as such. Eating, c'est we are getting the fruits of our actions. We are getting the fruits of our actions, right? And this describes the law of karma. The law of karma, that is, whatever you sow, so you reap. Okay, so we have been destined to enjoy the fruit. That's why we are enjoying the fruits. But if we do bad things, we will get bad results. And if we do good things, we will get good results. Okay? The tree is the soul ou bien le God. Parce que remember, there is no difference between the soul and God. Our soul comes from God, right? The soul is eating instead of praying and meditating. Ça, un bird là, qui li peut faire, li peut eat, li peut enjoy, no? Have we come on earth to eat, to enjoy, for merrymaking? No. We have come here to pray, to meditate, so that we can get liberation. But when we are born, we live our life, nous seulement enjoy. We forget that we need to pray. We forget that we need to meditate. We forget that we need to reach God. Okay? À cause ça même ça, un bird la li peut enjoy, il peut eat. So why is it that when we are born, we forget that? Dans Garuda Puran, il écrit que un enfant, un fœtus, un enfant quand il est devant sa maman, il réalise tout. Qui fait, il peut prendre naissance parce qu'il est souffert. Un enfant devant sa maman, il souffert. As per Garuda Puran. And the baby in the womb actually promises that he or she, quand il peut come on earth, il peut naître, il peut do good actions, il peut meditate, il peut faire good things. But quand il est né, il grandit, qui est arrivé? Il oublié qui tous enfants devant sa maman, il promet God that thing. Okay? So, n'oubliez, nous faire good actions, nous en coller avec des gens, nous montrer des gens, we forget we need to meditate and so on. Why? Because of ignorance. We are ignorant. So, what do we need to do? We need to realize that we have come on earth to do good. We have come on earth, we need to meditate, we need to pray, we need to do good things, good actions. And we should not forget our source. We come from God. And thus we are not separate. Mais c'est comment nous get nos actions qui nous fait, nous pas qu'à dire we are God. Right? We do lots of bad things. So we are not able to realize that we are God. C'est tant nous vivons dans materialism, nous have temptations, we live in Maya. So we are not able to realize that. When you are not able to realize that, what happened? I come to verse 2. What happened when we are not able to realize? We will be drowned in sorrow. We will be unhappy, we'll be confused, we have doubts, we have pain, we suffer. Et tout ça là, c'est à cause de notre ignorance. We are not able to realize things. We are not able to realize, Aham Brahmasmi, I am God. We are not able to realize that Tvamasi, you are God, mon prochain aussi, and I God dans lui, so I need to respect, to love others, to take care of others. Okay? The second bird, the one sitting and witnessing, Lili Pena Saman qualities la. God is above all qualities. Okay, remember that. God is above time, above space. God n'est pas vieilli, non, avec les temps, mais nous vieillis, nous mourons, but God does not. So he is above time, above space, above qualities, right? So the lesson here, we need to do meditation. We need to realize there is God in everyone. We need not hurt people. We need to inculcate values in us so that we will be free from suffering. We will be free from miseries. If we don't do that, if we don't pray, we don't meditate, if we forget our goodness, if we become materialist, what will happen? We will always be taking birth. We will be stuck in the cycle of birth and death. Nous pour naître, nous pour mourir, nous pour régner, nous pour mourir, ça peut continuer comme ça. There should be a time where this need to be stopped. Our soul need to merge with the Supreme. Nous pas capable tous les temps venir la terre et souffrir. Right? So, another thing here, the Mundaka Upanishad talks about the law of nature. The law of nature says that nothing remains eternal. Whatever has been created must be destroyed. Even a materialist, and du monde qui lit seulement enjoy, a materialist can attain peace. If he does the right action, he can attain peace. The perfect example here is sage Valmiki. Valmiki was the one who wrote Ramayana in Sanskrit. Etienne Daku, right? He was not a good person. When he was told to take the name Ram, the word Ram, li pati pe capable dire Ram, but he was saying Mara, 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 Mara. Et quand je dis Mara, 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 at the end you are taking the name Ram. A word Ramla changed him. From the thief he was, he became Valmiki. Today we revere Valmiki, we respect Valmiki. So anyone can come at this stage to reach God. C'est juste qu'il est incapable de faire the good action. Okay? Now, to do that, we need a guru. A guru is going to give us knowledge, to remove our ignorance, to help us on the path. Okay? A guru is important. So we need to choose our path wisely in life. Dans la vie, tous les temps, nous prenons deux chemins. It is called the Shreya path and the prayer. Pray. Not prayer in English, pray. Shreya means the good path. Prayer means the pleasant path. Souvent, des fois, nous, non, quand nous gagnons une affaire trop facile dans la vie, it is not good. Means you are on the wrong path. Parce que toutes les affaires pas facile dans la vie. For example, easy money by doing drug trafficking. This is Shreya. You're getting lots of money, mais après qui peut arriver? You will be in jail. But the Shreya path, if you work hard, you earn money, you save some money, later it will benefit you, right? So we need to choose our path wisely. This is here emphasis, the first and second verse. There is emphasis on the path of knowledge. We need knowledge. Sans qu'il n'y ait knowledge, nous pas capable de progress in life. Even in spirituality, we need knowledge, we need a guru. The verse 3 says we need to aim to see God, to realize God. See God in all, to realize God. To feel, to realize God is in me, God is in the other, God is everywhere. To be able to control ourselves, our anger, and to get liberation. The third verse talks about this. Here you can also refer to equipoise. Equipoise, equilibrium or balance. We need a balance in our life. Ça, c'est pas un synonyme, ça. Equipoise, equilibrium or balance. We need that balance. Could ne pas suivre extreme materialism, ni nous suivre extreme penance or rigorous penance. We follow the middle path. We bring a balance in our life. Nous pouvons vivre dans le monde matériel. Nous pas capables avoid the material world. We can't do that. But what we can do, we bring a balance. Nous la vie matérielle, oui, but we follow spirituality as well. This is what Krishna explains that in the Bhagavad Gita. Right? The verse 4 talks about God is prana. Pran, normalement, quand ils disent pran usually refer to Atma, refer to energy. God is pran in all beings. Nous vivons. Qui fait nous vivons? Parce qu'il y a un pran dans nous. In other words, there is God. There is Atma in us. So God lives in everyone in the form of Atma. So We need to be wise. We need not to talk foolish things. Si on a God dans mon pas grave cause nonsense, right? Mais c'est moi ne pas faire, ne pas réaliser. If there's God in the other one, I should not hurt the other person, right? So it's a matter of realization. We need to do devotion. We do good actions. We engage in religious activities. The seeker should always be active. Should always be active dans quel sens? Il toujours continuously peut faire bhakti, peut faire good actions, il peut apprendre knowledge. There is no laziness in spirituality. Okay, verse 5 talks about we need to practice truth. We need concentration, meditation to focus our mind. And we need perfect knowledge. Guru will give us perfect knowledge. And it talks about celibacy. Celibacy veut dire brahmacharya, which means control of the senses and the mind. And sannyasi, il est supposé peut pratique tout ça là. Pas oublier ça, upanishad là, il est dedicated to sannyasis. A sannyasi should be practicing these things. Et il aussi involve nous tous. Même nous pas sannyasis, nous grihasti, nous brahmachari, il applique pour nous tous, right? So we are supposed to be practicing celibacy. Celibacy means to be able to control the senses and the mind, right? We need to remove our impurities. Impurities and bad qualities. Then only we are going to see God, to realize God. This is called Brahma Gyan, ou bien Atma Gyan. Verse 6 talks about truth. And c'est sûr qu'il nous besoin cause la vérité. There is a stress on satya here. Satya with the truth, la vérité. We should always talk the truth, tell the truth, because truth alone wins. Okay, untruth tamili pou win. Gandhi always said God is truth and truth is God. God alone is eternal. God alone is the real truth. Et a des façons où explique truth. Une façon, c'est nous dire qu'il nous pas cause menti. We don't lie. It is true. Deuxième façon où explique truth, c'est God. Who is God? God is truth. The only reality here on earth, the only eternal thing here on earth is God. Right? This is from the Ved, which Desa Jesuits, I hope you remember it. Satyam Vada Dharmam Chara. Satyam Vada, which is speak the truth. Dharmam Chara, act righteously. So our Ved, our scripture in Janun focus on we need to speak the truth, to always speak the truth and to act according to Dharma. Okay. Verse 7 talks about the qualities of Brahman. What are the qualities of Brahman? Brahman is eternal. Brahman is infinite. Brahman has no beginning, has no end. Brahman is beyond time. Brahman is beyond gunas. You repeat in verse 7. Okay. Verse number 8. Brahman cannot be perceived. Have you seen God? No, not really. Maybe you have seen in pictures, in dreams. L'if possible du monde trouve God devant lui. Parce que ça, c'est between God and devotee, no? But en général, we cannot perceive God through our senses. Nos senses, nos lichés, nos tongues, nos ears, nos nose, no? We can't perceive God. We can't reach God. We can't see God. And say God is formless. Et deuxièmement, bien sûr, il take form, il take avatar. Here we're not focusing on the avatar. Brahman cannot be perceived by the senses or through the senses. C'est pour ça qu'il nous dit we need to control the senses. There's an event, pas event, mais it happened in the Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna was giving the message to Arjun that he has to fight and all. There come a time where Krishna came in his original form, thousands of heads, thousands of hands. Il montrait Arjun sa forme là. Arjun was not able to see God in that form. Parce que Krishna at that time was brilliant. Brilliant veut dire in terms of la lumière. Like thousands of suns together. Si vous mettez 1000 soleils together, ça la lumière qu'il crée là. Krishna was like that. So Arjun was not able to see him in that form. The point here is we cannot perceive God through our senses. We need to control the senses. Lela Arjun qui dit à Krishna that he is not able to see him in that way. Et Linzali come in a form that he can see him. Lela li ti diminue so brilliance. Right? Here's the point. We cannot perceive God through the senses. Atma is realized in deep silence. Atma, we realize that in deep silence. C'est pour ça qu'il nous aime faire silent sitting. Tous les jours, 10-15 minutes, assis tranquille. We feel the Atma within. And we need to do selective hearing, selective seeing. Selective hearing, ça veut dire ou choisir qui ou guetter, ou choisir qui ou écouter. Ça n'est pas une affaire easy to do. It comes with lots of practice. Those who are trying to be liberated, okay. Next, verse 9. It talks about the thoughts. The thoughts should be purified. The thoughts and the senses, c'est-à-dire the mind and the senses, are purified. Comment les pour purified? C'est by doing good actions, by prayers, by meditation. Okay? And then moksha will be granted to us. Number 10. We need to become a Brahma Jnani. Ça veut dire we realize Brahma. We realize God. Brahma Jnani means we realize God. When we come at this stage, we have a purified nature. Nous n'avons pas bad qualities dans nous at that time. Then all our wishes are automatically granted. Là, nos wishes n'est pas granted parce que we are not purified. When we are purified, our wishes are granted. Mais quand nous purify, automatique, c'est clair que nous pas avons bad wishes. Parce que nous purified. We will have only good wishes and they will be granted and we will be happy and prosperous. Chapter 3, section 2, in this day verse là-dedans. Verse 1, it talks about self-realization. We need to know the Supreme, to realize the Supreme. Those who are wise, they are going to do the right thing, meditation, etc., ce qui nous dit, to realize God. Okay? He will be called wise. And he will be free from desires. He will be doing service. Li pour realize Brahman in him. Li at the stage of Aham Brahmasmi, kote li avec God li en sel. Li pas trouve la différence. Li realize that I am God. And such a person is not born again. Second, in a self-realization, he is not born again. He gets moksha. Right? Desires, ça c'est a very bad thing that we have, bad quality, desires. Thinking about them for a long time, we are born again. Let's say we have lots of desires in our life, no? The moment we are dying, the moment we are dying, we have lots of thoughts at that time. En di moun kon li pe mou, li nan beaucoup pensé. Se ki li pense et li mou at that moment, this is what he or she will become in the next birth. This has been said by Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita, et dans Upanishad aussi li pe di anou. Okay? At the moment of death, whatever your thought is, in the next birth, you become that. Ben, ce qui ça fait peut détermine quand mon pe mot, qui mon pe penser. C'est my life, my actions that I have been doing. Si tous les temps me faire bad actions, at the moment of death, I will definitely think bad. Nothing good will come to the mind. It is about practice. But if I've been doing good things, meditating, prayers, good actions, even at the time of death, I would be thinking good. I'll be thinking about God. But when I die, what happens? Either I'll take birth again in a good family, in a good place, in a good body, ou bien I'll get moksha. Right? So, desires here, ils are fait to be controlled. Comment pour contrôler ça? Mon revin lo, c'est qui nous cause là-haut. Prayers, meditation, control of senses, control of the mind. C'est ça même la base ici, là. To get knowledge, control senses, the mind, to do good things, good actions, to help people, to study, what we said earlier, to study. À n'importe quel âge nous étions, nous avons enseigné aussi, we need to study scriptures, to put into practice everything. Peut-être nous faire fire sacrifice to ça, but this has not been mentioned here, but we can do it. To do meditation, to do prayers, you know. Okay. So no desires means we'll have self-realization. We will attain moksha if we have no desires. Donc, everything depends on the thoughts. Two actions actually originate in the thoughts. If you want to go to Port Louis, Upial Port Louis, avant qu'il voit le Port Louis, dans la tête, on finit le Port Louis parce que you thought about it. Vous avez pensé, mon père, Larry Pagoda, I'm going to buy this. On finit aller, action-là, il finit faire dans la tête. And then after some time, you get ready, you take the bus and you go to Port Louis, you do the work. Ça veut dire everything originates in the mind. So the mind should be controlled. And this is the Mundaka Upanishad. Right? It's not difficult. Vous trouvez, enfin, moi, je trouve comme ça, moi, pas qu'une poussette.